Good evening, everybody. Okie dokie. Hope everybody is okay tonight. Her indoors a little bit under the weather, folks. So unfortunately, the couple of songs that I had lined up for her to sing tonight, she said she doesn't think she has it in her. But we'll leave it up to you to try and persuade her. Oh, top of the evening to you there, her indoors. How you doing? I think our friend Christopher is on live in Armagh. He is our one YouTube person that is watching live. Hello, Christopher in Armagh. Great for you to join us tonight. So, folks, good evening. Welcome to the Irish Question Mark Quiz Show. It is Friday night. It is our 71st quiz show. Unbelievable. We're still here. We're still doing it. Leadership Minion says, singing has medical purposes, though. Yes, indeed. It gives me a headache, that's for sure. I need to take medicine after it. Okay, folks, for anybody that doesn't know yet, or anybody that hasn't actually booked or reserved a table, I'm giving you the yellow card straight away. Shame on you. The live shows look like they're going to happen here in Holland, so if you are in the neighbourhood or if you'd like to come down and travel and come to one of our shows, the first one is going to be in the White Horse pub in Rijswijk. And it's on Thursday, the 7th of October. I also have some more gigs confirmed at the Fiddler. They're going to open up very shortly. I'll announce that next week. And also I've been in touch with the owners of the Sherlock Holmes, the new owners, and they want the Irish Question Mark show to return. Big Bad Ed in Delft also been in contact with him. We were supposed to connect this week by a phone call, but it didn't work out that way. So maybe I'll give him a call on Monday and see when he wants to start the show. Okay, good evening, Space Dracula. Nice of you to join us tonight. And anyone that's watching that would like to get involved in the free draw tonight or the spin the wheel, move across to www.twitch.tv/Irish Question Mark. Good news all around indeed, Jesse, and it was great to see Jesse and his boss Micah today when I dropped off some soda farls that I baked this afternoon. So I have some soda farls ready to give away tonight. You see, that's the way I should be doing it. Make them, then raffle them, not raffle them and then put myself in a stress situation to have to bake them on a Sunday when I'm inundated by grandchildren, which is a wonderful thing to be complaining about. Okay, folks, so you know what you need to do. You need to get yourself a pen and a piece of paper. You need to pour yourself a little drink. If you're playing with other people, set up a little WhatsApp call. Now, I'm not talking about WhatsApp calls. I'm not sure whether Liz the Legend has actually made it yet. She popped in during the week and she picked up Melissa's prize. I nearly said what it was, and she's going to deliver it to Melissa, which is fantastic. She has a work due tonight, Liz the Legend, and she's unsure whether her and Captain Beer and Pat the Beard, who all work together, whether they're going to be here, but we'll see. Good evening to Bob, Baroness of Burnham. Great photograph you sent me earlier on. I was absolutely over the moon. Good evening, Jodie's dad. Great to see that you're not on a secret mission and you're with us tonight. Although you need to be behaving yourself now because the mother-in-law's there. And, you know, I mean, until she falls asleep, behave yourself there. Behave yourself. Jodie's dad. Hello to Jodie. Indeed, was 35 incognito helping her mum tonight. Okay, folks, so for the last time, if you want to join the quiz show, the best way to do it is to come across to twitch.tv/Irish Question Mark and come and join the fun. All these people that are chatting, the stream chat, and I'm sort of responding to them as best I can, they are doing it via twitch.tv. It is so easy, even her indoors can do it. Okay, so I have in the background a little bit of 60s music playing just to keep the monotony of silence and, of course, to keep her indoors a little bit quiet. Quarantine quiz show number 71. Absolutely amazing that we're still here. We're still doing it. The online shows will stop when I go live again. but I've decided I'm going to do one a month so I can keep in contact with the likes of Bob, Jodie's dad, Pete in Dublin, Gary in Ipswich, Mr. T in Malaysia, and everybody else that's all over the place that can't come to the shows in the flesh. So my plan is to do one a month on a Wednesday night, but we'll work all that out when we get closer to it. Anyway, folks, let's get started. Her indoors, how are you feeling now?
Okay.
Did you say jokey? You're going to tell a few jokes? Croaky. God works in strange ways, folks. What can I tell you? Do you say she's done a COVID test before the show tonight? That was very responsible of you. Bob says that she's extremely happy to see our lovely Jodie after 2 years of COVID prevention. Yes, I know all about it, and I was absolutely thrilled when you sent me a photograph earlier on, but I'll share it halfway through the show. Okay, folks, let's do it. Pen and paper's ready. Pour yourself a drink, get comfortable, and boom! Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, the beautiful Sophie and Senna. So, folks, let's get started. Round one. Jodie's dad says she's only arrived yesterday and she's costing him a fortune already. But sure, that's what special agent fathers are all about. Question number one. What is the act of boiling a liquid, then condensing it in order to purify it called? What is the act of boiling a liquid, then condensing it in order to purify it? What is it called?
That's what I do to water my plants.
No, that's what you think you do to water your plants. No, you boil water, you put it in a jug. This is a little bit more technical than boiling water, putting it in a jug and pouring it over your plants. There's a bit of condensation involved, catching it running down. Okay, I'll not explain it to you. Okay. Question number two. Which movie gave Will Smith his famous "Welcome to Earth" line? What movie gave Will Smith his famous "Welcome to Earth" line? Question number three. I'm looking to see where that sheet of paper is. Yeah, and you have it down below the table where I can't see it. Known for its thermal baths, Spa is located in what European country? Known for its thermal baths, Spa is located in what European country? I don't think they need a clue. Most people don't need a clue for this question, her indoors. She always seems to give clues on the easy ones. Number four. Now, true or false? Charlie Chaplin had 11 children. Do you think that's true, or do you think it's false? But the more I think about it, I mean, was that why he was so quiet? True or false? Charlie Chaplin had 11 children. Number five, I want to welcome Jan the Man. Good evening, Jan the Man. And Jan the Man tonight asks, where the hell is her indoors when she's got to blow the whistle when I say Jan the Man? It took her a while to get her breath up for that whistle blow. Which Formula One racing driver announced his retirement in December 2016, 5 days after winning the World Championship title? Do you remember her indoors? You used to really like this guy. Which Formula One racing driver announced his retirement in December 2016, 5 days after winning the World Championship title? Done the right thing, went out while he was on top, and decided to have a family. Not telling you. It would be stupid if I told you the answer. Question number 6. Look who it is, folks. Meet Robert the Sign Man. I found out that his name is Robert. So good old Robert the Sign Man. And tonight he's showing us what you should do if you walk into a room and you see a deaf person and you've just walked through a forest fire. You've got to say, watch out! It's a harvest fire. Yes, indeed, folks. You learn something new every Friday night with the Irish Question Mark show. What actor was accused in 2019 by the Brazilian president Jair Bolsonaro of funding arson in the Amazon? What actor was accused in 2019 by the Brazilian president Jair Bolsonaro of funding arson in the Amazon? Number 7, CDN is the international car registration for which country? Your next one. Holy Moses! Toddlers in the blender. Toddlers in a blender. Bonus question time, folks. So this is the time that you get to answer the question in the chat. And the person that gets the correct answer first will go on the spin the wheel that we do at the end of the show. But you think you're getting away with it. No, not at all. You are going to hear all the slogans that you have sent me throughout since we come up with this crazy idea a couple of quiz shows ago. Nods on the pads, floppers on the cloppers, fingers on the type, tips on the nips, flickers on the clickers, thumbs on the numbs, delay on the twitch. Choppers on the blockers, holy moly, piggies at the market, cocks in the box, bones on the stones, fingers in the holsters, peckers in the pockets, pricks on the ticks, bones on the stones, kickers on the toads, knockers on the blockers, knickers in a twist, tips on the tops, pips on the bops, winner on the spinner, 6 on the 9, whatever the hell that is. Holy moly, molly polly, polies on the molies, clowns in the fun house, heat on the feet, diddle on the fiddle, eyes on the prize, toddlers in the blender, pings on the strings, and poodle on the noodle. Okay, folks.
I think you should say it faster.
You think I should say it faster next time? I think you should keep your ideas to yourself. Okay, here is your first bonus question. Oh, Ronnie's poodle wranglers have noticed the little dig on the end. Woof woof. Alrighty, vases on the mings. Knockers on the buzzers. Depends how what age you are, I suppose. Rings on the things. Okay, anyway. Let's go with the first question. You know how it works. Who said I thought this was an anagram? Space Dracula. No, here we go with our first question. It is a number answer, and the answer is not 69. Her indoors is ready with a 20-second timer. The question, I will give you a clue after I ask you the question. So basically, have a little think, shout out an answer and type it down. Or type it in and then shout it out. Whatever. So, how many completed movies did Marilyn Monroe star in her lifetime? And the answer is under 35. Go! 20 seconds to type your answer into the chat. The answer is under 35. 10 seconds to go. Great sound effect, her indoors. Get rid of it. Minya Me said, can we ask again? I think you're missing the point. How many completed movies did Marilyn Monroe star in her lifetime? I told you the answer was under 35. The correct answer is 29. Congratulations and welcome back, Pete from Dublin.
Woo.
Maybe nobody else missed you, Pete, but I missed you, brother. Great for you to have us on board tonight again. Probably was away in some dodgy flooded campsite like he normally does. I'm beginning to think he's a bit of an actor. Okay, moving swiftly along. Question number 8. Someone might wish an actor luck by telling them to break a what? Someone might wish an actor luck by telling them to break a what? No, it's not window.
Break it all down.
Just writing down Dublin Pete as opposed to Gary Budd, somebody totally different. Number 9. Now, I'm sure some of you have actually had the pleasure of drinking a little bit of this liqueur. Southern Comfort it's called. My question is, with what fruit is Southern Comfort flavoured? With what fruit is Southern Comfort flavoured with? And our last question in our first round tonight is an anagram. Yes, indeed, folks. Let me be the first to wish him in his absence a happy birthday, Frank. I'm a jerk, but listen. And I bet you a few of you are saying you never spoke truer words, Irish question mark. I'm a jerk, but listen is an anagram of which musician? I'm a jerk, but listen is an anagram of which musician? So write them letters down, mix them up. It's a first and second name to get the 5 points that are available on the anagram tonight, which is this one, and all of the different dingbat questions, which are so easy, even Pete in Dublin will get them right. So if you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube and you'd like to join in the chat and to enter the raffle, simply come across to twitch.tv/Irish question mark and you can join the rest of the crazy gang. The virtual tip jar is open, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. If you'd like to send any kind of donation at all, greatly received. Let me give her indoors the telephone. I've got the feeling that could be Christopher in Armagh calling in to give a little bit of abuse. Okay, folks, quiz round number 2. This is what we like to call the double points round. So if you're doing extremely poor after the first round and you're feeling that you need to increase your scores to make you look even slightly cleverer, then give yourself double points whenever I give you the answers. Here's the first one. What term for two objects violently colliding with each other is also a group name for rhinos? What term for two objects violently colliding with each other is also a group name for rhinos? Question number 2. In Do Re Mi scale, what note follows Fa? Could really possibly get her indoors singing this one. It is one of her favourite movies. Thank you very much, Dublin Pete, for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. The links are in the chat. Thank you. Number 3. What dish is a fillet steak coated with pate and wrapped in puff pastry? What dish is a fillet steak coated with a pate and it is wrapped in puff pastry? Just needs a bit of herring and garlic sauce. Ugh. Remind me if Jesse and Micah ever invite us round to the house for a bite to eat, love. We need to know what's on the menu first, yeah? It'll definitely be something with herring, that's for sure. Garlic sauce. Number 4. What science fiction franchise precedes Voyager, Deep Space Nine and Discovery? Although it does go well with oysters as well. Yes, I agree with that actually. I nearly said what the answer is. So what science fiction franchise precedes Voyager, Deep Space Nine and Discovery? Question number 5. Didymitis is the inflammation of which part of the human body? Didymitis is the inflammation of which part of the human body? I have a friend of mine that's just got over this, and apparently it wasn't that pleasant. Thank you very much, Jesse and Micah, for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. So, didymitis is the inflammation of which part of the human body?
So I move on to it then. Maybe that's what I've got.
Maybe that's what her indoors has. I might be a little bit surprised if you do, but... Number 6. What old household device literally means far sound in Greek? Come on, Nan, time to step up. I bet you had one of these in your house. What old household device literally means far sound in Greek? One thing she had to do. Number 7. In Othello. Don't be freaking correcting me with your croaky voice. In Othello, what is his wife's name? By the way, folks, for anyone that is concerned, it's all okay. We can take the mickey out of Nan. Jodie's dad's just informed she's fallen asleep again. Good old Nan. Waking her up and asking that question. She was only drinking orange juice earlier on. So, question number 7. In Othello, what is his wife's name? Question number 8. This is so easy that I think Pete in Dublin will guess this one right. According to the saying, what city wasn't built in a day? According to the saying, what city wasn't built in a day? And your last question in round number 2, in text speak. What does IMO stand for? In text speak, what does IMO stand for? Pete reckons Armagh wasn't built in a day. Too many hills, Pete. So question number 10, in text to speak, what does IMO stand for? That's your first 2 rounds. Plenty of lovely winners on view now. Here are our latest batch of winners of our mystery prize, the mystery prize winners club. Make sure that you type George into the chat if you have not done it already, and you will be entered into the draw. Can't you see that I... Okay, let's move on to round number 3. Question number 1. What type of alcohol takes its name from the Russian for little water? What type of alcohol takes its name from the Russian, roughly translated as little water? And don't forget, folks, make sure you type George into the chat to enter tonight's draw. Can't you see? Question number 2. In A Christmas Carol, what was Mr. Scrooge's first name? Should we do correct spelling only? No, it's a feel-good Freddy. We don't want people crying, grown-up people crying. I mean, in Bob and Jodie's dad's household, they might feel that they have to waken up now to get the correct spelling. Mightn't go down well. I do hope that you enjoyed your curry tonight, Jodie, and you're having some fun with your mum and dad and your nan. Thanks for getting in contact with me earlier on. Number 3. Who is the most recent US Vice President to ascent to the presidency? That was easy for me to say. Where is Uncle Tony? Is Uncle Tony down with you too? Who is the most recent US Vice President to ascent to the presidency? Why can I not say that word tonight? Tips to the top. Okay, folks, so here we go. It is bonus question time once again. Who will be the second person on the spin the wheel? Lucky Sheep Minion is purely trying to confuse me. I can confuse myself without you typing something else for me to attempt to read. Okay, so no Uncle Tony tonight. Oh well. Question number 2. And here is the question. I will give you, it is a number question. I will give you a clue at the end of the question. Stop it, Jesse. That's not the question. Okay, here we go. Hesitancy on the presidency. That is not going in the list. Hesitancy on the presidency. I'm going to have to practice that. Resident president. Okay, stop it. Question number 2, folks, to get yourself on the spin the wheel. Number, answer, and here is the question. What is the largest recorded number of children born to one woman? It is under 80. What is the largest recorded number of children born to one woman? And the answer is under 80. Boom! Minion Me is correct. Straight in with 69. Well done. Before the time was even up. So, congratulations, Minion Me. Hot on the old keys tonight. Ronnie's Poodle Wranglers, just because I do believe, Victoria, are you carrying a little child by any chance? This is the rumour that was sent to me by Daisy the dog. I got a little email earlier on, but we'll get back to that. Minion Me says her husband had 15 more kids with the second woman. But don't you know freaking so much about this one? Was she one of your neighbours? Her indoors, you can't say that it was his mom. You know, I mean, Minion Me might take offence at that. She was Russian. But what, her mom? Okay, folks, question number 4. Actually, question number 4 should be, how does Minion Me know so much about this woman that has so many children? Anyway, released in 2016, what movie gave Leonardo DiCaprio his only Academy Award? Released in 2016, what movie gave Leonardo DiCaprio his only Academy Award? Jesse said, can you imagine 67 more Minion Me's? No, I think one is special enough. Number 5, Jan the Man. The Lanterne Rouge is the award for the last place finisher of what race? The Lanterne Rouge is the award for the last place finisher of what race? I don't know what you've done there, Herondors. Herondors handed me some information about this lady. I was nearly going to be so rude, but I can't. I can't be so rude. It's a family show. Number 6. Are you going to get me the information back? Oh, no, we've lost it. Okay. What ale is a natural disaster, a type of natural disaster? It is also the term for an overwhelming vote in an election. I'd like to thank Miss Rachel for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. Space Dracula said, catch the pigeon. Catch the pigeon, catch the pigeon. Yes, indeed. What is the message from Christopher? Can we read it out or shall I read it out?
It's a photo of fish and chips, but it's only 3 chips. The fish is still there, but there's only 3 chips.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him. Christopher, I'd like to thank you for sending me a picture of this famous fish and chip shop in Armagh City that we used to walk past every day that I was walking out to Christopher's house. And he kept saying, hey, we must stop in there one night. You know, the fish and chips are absolutely amazing. Anyway, on the last day leaving as we were driving past, he said, oh, I forgot to take you to the chip shop. And he's just sent me a photograph of the fish and chips from tonight. Well, I hope you really enjoy them and don't put too much vinegar, in case it makes you cry. Question number 7. What do the initials of the rock band ELO stand for? What do the initials of the rock band ELO stand for? Now, Jolie in that household should know the answer to this one, because I do believe the lead singer is from around your area, where you're originally from, before Bob moved you all to Burnham. Number 8. Who said the day before he was killed in 1968, I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Her indoors, what are you laughing at? Who said the day before he was killed in 1968, I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man.
His name was Dick for his birthday.
You'd say his name was Dick?
Yeah. Richard.
Richard Head. And question number 9. What in email and texting is the meaning of the acronym AFAIK? AFAIK. Do you know what it is? You are digital, digitally specially assisted. Jesse Van Hastrik, thank you for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. Cheers, thank you. And number 10, our last question in our first half, folks. Hitting Batman! Alrighty folks, so you say what you see. Dingbat, the answer is, it's so easy it's embarrassing. In fact, I believe her indoors and Dublin Pete will get this one correct. Come on Dublin Pete, don't let Ireland down. Thank you very much to the Poodles for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. Okay folks, time to pour yourself a little drink. Chill out while I give you the correct answers to the first half. Give yourself 1 point for each correct answer, unless I tell you differently. I'd like to thank anybody that has sent in a tip for the virtual tip jar. Thank you very much indeed. I've just popped the links into the chat, so if you want to send a little donation, you can do it via the links in the chat or scan the QR code on the screen. M. Pessers, thank you very much for your kind donation. Round 1, slapping the thigh time, folks. Just because Liz the Legend isn't here tonight doesn't mean that I don't want to slap that turkey's thigh. Question number 1. What is the act of boiling the liquid, then condensing it in order to purify it? Now, her indoors reckon that she does this all the time to feed the plants, indoor plants. What she does, in fact, is boil the kettle and pour it into a jug. In a metal jug. And leave it. It's a little bit more technical when you boil it and catch the steam and let the steam condense and run down the outside and drop into a separate container. It is called distillation, like making moonshine or potshine. 1 point if you got that right. Number 2, what movie gave Will Smith his famous Welcome to Earth line? It can only be one movie, which is fantastic. Independence Day. 1 point. Number 3, known for its thermal bath, Spa is located in what European country? It is, of course, Belgium. Number 4. True or false, Charlie Chaplin had 11 children. It is true. Number 5, Jan the Man, the Formula 1 racing driver that retired in December 2016, 5 days after winning the World Championship title, was Nico Rosberg. And the news is that his wife is expecting a second child. Nico's been busy. Number 6. What actor was accused in 2019 by the Brazilian president, Jair Bolsonaro, of funding arson in the Amazon? Now, folks, when I give you this answer, please don't cheer. He's a nice guy. He was only accused. It is Leonardo DiCaprio. Number 7. CDN is the international car registration for which country? It is, of course, Canada. Give yourself a point for that one. Number 8. Someone might wish an actor luck by telling them to break a what? It is, of course, break a leg for 1 point. Number 9. With what fruit is Southern Comfort flavoured? What do you think, Aaron Doors?
Berries.
Berries is wrong. It is, in fact, peach.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised at that.
You sure?
Yes. What do you mean, am I sure? I'm always right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. You should know that. And number 10. Hey! It's Liz the Legend doing her little dance on a Friday night. I'm a jerk, but listen, is an anagram of which musician? The correct answer is, for 5 points, Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake. Give yourself 5 points if you guessed that correct. Okay, folks, round 2, double points round if you think you need it. Number 1, what term for two objects violently colliding with each other is also the group name for rhinos? It is a crash of rhinos. Give yourself 1 point for that one, or 2 if you think you need it. Number 2. In the do-re-mi scale, what note follows fa? Her indoors, are you going to attempt to sing this one? Because it's a nice, easy one for you to sing. Here we go. Take it away, her indoors. Lean forward. Try not to cough your guts out over the keyboard. Yeah, you've got a temperature. You're causing me a freaking temperature. The answer is so, ladies and gentlemen. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Well done, Aaron Doors. Thank you very much. That was entertaining to say the least. Number 3. What dish is a fillet steak coated with pate and wrapped in puff pastry? It is called a beef Wellington, and it's absolutely gorgeous, especially when it's really rare. In fact, it's so gorgeous and so rare, her indoors hasn't made me one in 25 years. Number 4, what science fiction franchise precedes Voyager, Deep Space Nine and Discovery? 1 point for, quite simply, Star Trek. Number 5. Didymitis is the inflammation of which part of the human body? Now, folks, if you guess this correct, I'm going to give you 5 points. I want you to award yourself 5 points if you guess this correct. And it is, of course, a double round if you need it. So 10 points if you guess this right. P. Didymitis. It is the testicle. The testicle. Didymitis is the inflammation of a testicle. It could only be pecker in the pocket. Okay, our next question for the bonus question round. Pecker in the pocket. Her indoors, who won the second one? It wasn't Minion Jesse, it was Minion Me. I do believe Minion Me picked 69 in the last, not Minion Jesse. See, I'm paying attention to the show. Yes, I am correcting you. It was Minion Me. Okay, here we go, folks. Jesse had 69 too. Yeah, but Jesse was like Christmas. He's on the way. He was a little bit late. Minion Me wants to know, is there a chance of double didymitis? Yes, there is. And it's twice as painful as didymitis. Okay. Pecker in the pocket, folks. Bonus question time. It is a number. It is not number 69. And it is a number of thousands. Thousands. And I'm going to give you a closer clue when I read out the answer. The question, should I say. Okay. Cadbury's cream egg plant. The Cadbury's cream egg factory at Bourneville produces how many thousand cream eggs per hour? And it is under 70,000 cream eggs per hour.
Yeah.
Hour. Did I say that right? Hour. Boom! Minion Jesse are straight in. Minion Jesse straight in with a guess of 66,000, and he is correct. He's as lucky as a girl with no knickers on. I'm not allowed to say that. Is that not politically correct? He's as lucky as a little boy with no knickers on. Is that okay? He's as lucky as a midget with no knickers on. Okay, folks. So the correct answer is 66,000. Cadbury cream eggs are my mastermind speciality. That does not surprise me. Alrighty, question number 6. The answer, did you wake a nan up to find out? The old household device literally means far sound in Greek. It is telephone. Give yourself 2 points if you guessed that correct. Number 7, in Othello, what is his wife's name? What is it? Her indoors? Desmeralda. No. No, it is Desdemona. Yeah, Desmeralda. The bells of Desmeralda. In Othello, his wife's name is Desdemona. Jodie's dad said, we got Jodie 80 cream eggs, but when she got here, you'd eaten most of them. Naughty. Number 8. So what is the name of the sorcerer in Disney's Fantasia? What is the name of the sorcerer in Disney's Fantasia? I didn't ask that question, did I? No. So that's a mistake. Jesus, I'm admitting to make a mistake. Does anyone actually know the name of the sorcerer in Disney's Fantasia? I must have not put this question into the question slides. Minion Me says, was it Mickey? No, it wasn't Mickey. Any other guesses? Put it in the chat. It wasn't Donald. Jodie's dad says there's only 30 cream eggs left. It wasn't Merlin. I'll put you out of your misery, folks. It was, in fact, Yen Sid, which is Disney spelled backwards. Well done, Pete. It doesn't surprise me that you know a lot about Disney. He's a big freaking child, our Pete. Number 9, according to the saying, what city wasn't built in a day? It is, of course, Rome. And number 10, in text to speak, what does IMO stand for? What does it stand for, her indoors? IMO? In my opinion. Something I don't often have. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So that is the double point round if you need it. So give yourself 2 points if you need them for each correct answer. And also, if you guessed the testicle answer, give yourself all the points you need, especially if you've suffered from it. Moving on to round 3. Here are your questions and answers to round 3. What type of alcohol takes its name from the Russian for little water? The correct answer is vodka. Question number 2. In A Christmas Carol, what's Mr. Scrooge's first name? What is his first name? Ebenezer is correct. Well done, her indoors. Give yourself a point if you guessed that one right. Number 3. Who is the most recent US Vice President to ascend to the presidency? It is Joe Biden. Minion Me's typed in Malinki Woda. I thought vodka. Malini vodka. I thought it was Mankini vodka, and I was thinking there's something rude undertones. I'm not saying that. Number 4, released in 2016. What movie gave Leonardo DiCaprio his only award for Best Actor? It was The Revenant. Give yourself a point for that. Number 5, Jan the Man, the Lanterne Rouge, is the award for the last place finisher of what race? It is, of course, Le Tour de France. The Tour de France. Pete wants to know what was the answer to the last question in round 2. It was IMO in tech speak is in my opinion. Number 6, what ale is a natural type of disaster or a type of natural disaster, if I read it the way that it should be read. And it's also a term for an overwhelming vote in an election. It is a landslide. I'm ignoring Minion Me. What do the initials of the rock band ELO stand for? It is Electric Light Orchestra. I'm sure they have indeed. What are the initials of the rock band ELO? It is Mr. Jeff Lynne and a fantastic Electric Light Orchestra. It is not extra long opening hours. Number 8, who said the day before he was killed in 1968, I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Any idea, Herndor? Come on, it is a giveaway with the year. 1968? It was Martin Luther King Jr., not Robert Kennedy. Number 9, what in email and texting is the meaning of the acronym AFAIK? The correct answer is as far as I know. As far as I know. Number 10. 5 points if you get the correct answer. What do you see, folks? You see R-O-O-D. It is written backwards. So the answer for the 2-word phrase is back door. We end the conversation there because it's a family show and I don't want any kind of rude suggestions. Back door for 5 points.
Yeah, but I thought the Dutch word grows. I can get past that.
That's your problem, not mine. Now, moving swiftly along, folks. This is the part of the show where I say to you, send any photographs of you or your team or your family members playing the quiz show. We like you to share any news with us at all. And you can do this by mailing me directly via irish_at gmail.com. It is firstly absolutely fantastic to see WAS 35 after all the COVID restrictions finally getting back to England to visit the family. And earlier on this evening, while they were having a pre-quiz curry, look who it is. Jodie's dad, Bob, Baroness of Burnham. It's WAS 35, Jodie herself, and Nan. And yes, folks, she's awake. Absolutely wonderful. Give my love to Nan whenever she wakens up in the morning, stinking a curry. Okay, Now, let me say it is wonderful to introduce you this team, Ronnie's team, the Poodle Wranglers. There you see Ben, Victoria and Ronnie from Cornwall. Now, I have heard a little story. Basically, Ronnie came down one day and found this statue hidden in her front lounge. Now, Ben and Victoria are two wonderful characters who take Ronnie's poodle, Daisy, I do believe, Daisy the poodle, out for a little walk most days because Ronnie, unfortunately, isn't fit to do it at the moment. But they're a little sort of playful pair, and they left this statue in Ronnie's living room. Now, Ronnie was rather surprised, but I was even more surprised when I received a video from Daisy the Poodle. Daisy the Poodle did love the gift, and she sent Ben and Victoria this video as a memory. Thank you for sharing it with us, Ronnie. And I'm going to speak quieter now because maybe you should turn up your computer a little bit.
Daisy, what's this? What do you think of this? What's this? What's this? Oh, Daisy, disgusting. It's not even humanoid. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom now and think.
Well, Ronnie wasn't beaten, folks, because you won't believe this. When she looked on the internet, she seen that this statue was worth like a serious amount of money. But it was in fact the original statue was worth a serious amount of money. But good old Ronnie put it on the internet, and some sick person paid £50 and got her to send it to some woodworking company in London. So whenever you find something strange in your living room with a hole in the bottom, thanks for that, her indoors, don't throw it out straight away. You never know who would want to buy it. Hey, thanks for sharing that little story. And it's great to have a little bit of fun on a Friday night. Folks, I'm going to take a very short break. We'll be back with you very shortly for the second half of our quiz show on a Friday night in Irish Question Mark's house. Cheers. See you soon. Alrighty, folks. I was starting to get a little bit nervous when I seen Ronnie's Poodle Wrangler saying to explain. I thought, no, let's not go through the explanation of what the hell it is. Okay, folks, so let's get started in our second half. Welcome back to the second half of tonight's show. What number show is it, her indoors?
72.
Show number 72 next Friday. Show number 71 tonight. Thank you very much, her indoors. Good evening, Nesberg. Nice for you to join us. I hope you are well. Okay, folks, if you'd like to join the chat tonight, simply come across to twitch.tv, Irish question mark, and type George into the chat. Very poor first joke tonight from Electric Sheep Minion. The virtual tip jar is open. Anyone who would like to send in a little donation, I'm just going to put the links into the chat. Now, do you have any jokes at all? If you have any jokes, now is the time to sort of get them into the chat, so we can have a little read of them. I don't think Arto, our F&C, is here tonight. I do believe he's working, but I'm hoping to see him in the next couple of days and deliver one of the surprise prizes and a few secret bonus soda farls for good old Arto, our F&C. Do you fancy having a private show from Irish question mark? Now that sounds a little bit off, but it isn't that much. It means that I come on and do a show for you, your friends, your family, or your company. We can tailor make the show to suit your organization or your family, and we can do it also in a Zoom room, so you can interact completely with music in the background and stuff. Electric Sheep Minion, I am really scared where this is going. I just got my doctor's test results and I'm really upset. Why would that be? Turns out I'm not going to be a doctor. One second, her indoors. I just want to put some music on again. Thank you. I'll try that again. Oh, give me... Decompression session. What have you done to the music? I mean, literally, I had it. It was all going fine. And then all of a sudden, decompression session comes up. All you done was took the phone out of my hand. Folks, let's get started. Thank you very much, Electric Sheep Minion, for that little one-liner. I enjoyed it. I don't know about the rest of us tonight. We do miss Ardo and Liz not giving us any abuse and trying to be the comedian. Question number one is, what South Korean electronics company means 3 stars in Korean? That is the first question for round 4. Electric Sheep Minion, I was reading a great book about an immortal dog the other day. It was impossible to put down. The book of the dog. Boom, boom. Ruff, ruff. Shh. You might waken Daisy. Come back, Ardo, or F&C. All is forgiven. Question number 2. What's the capital of Ecuador? What is the capital of Ecuador? Question number 3, round 4. Since it's bad luck to name it in a fader, what play is called the Scottish play? Bit like Lord Voldemort in Harry Potter. He that should not be named. It's the same with this one. Since it's bad luck to name in a theatre, what play is called the Scottish play? Question number 4. Which potato chips or potato crisps brand used the slogan, "Once you pop, you can't stop"? Which crisp company or brand used the slogan, "Once you pop, you can't stop"? Question number 5. Poodle on the noodle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is bonus question time once again. Okay, so here we go. It is a number answer. The answer is not 69. I will give you a clue to get you in the region or nether region, as we may say, after I read the question out. Her indoors, have you got the 20-second timer ready?
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, here is the question, folks. In the first ever New York Marathon of 1970, how many runners completed the course? The answer is under 75. 20 seconds to get the answer in. At the first New York Marathon of 1970, how many runners completed the course? It is under 75. We have 5 seconds left to get your answers in. Thank you very much, Aaron Doors. And if you do not get the exact answer, we will go with the nearest to it. So let's have a little look. We'll just wait for a little while for the answers to come in. So far, the closest to it is, in fact, Bob.
Time's up, so it's Bob.
You have a 20-second delay. Jolie said 62. Okay. All the answers in. The person that is closest to it is, in fact, Bob, Baroness of Burnham. The correct answer was 55 people. Only 55 runners completed the course of the New York Marathon in 1970. Question number 5. Jan the man. How many dice are used in the game Yahtzee? Jan the man asks, how many dice are used in the game Yahtzee? Yahtzee. In Holland. The dice game. Any other clues you want to give them? I'd like to thank her indoors for having a little senior moment there with the whistle, just in case none of you noticed.
I'm not with it, yeah.
You haven't been with it in a couple of decades, darling. Number 6. Both Angelina Jolie and Alicia Vikander have played what video game character in movies? Both Angelina Jolie and Alicia Vikander have played what video game character in movies? Number 7. One of my favourite authors, especially when I'm reading it to the children and now to the grandchildren, Roald Dahl. My question tonight is, Who was the illustrator for most of Roald Dahl's stories for children?
I know that if you open the books.
Erin Dorr said she knows all about children books. Were you going to finish that sentence or what?
Yeah.
Just a random comment. A medium apple at best. Not a big one. Not yet. Okay, question number 8. What is the only element on the periodic table to end in US? What is the only element on the periodic table to end in US? I'd like to thank Gary for that donation to the virtual tip jar. You know who that is, don't you, Erin Doors?
No, I thought you were going to tell me.
Don't you know who Gary is?
No.
Well, Gary is, I thought for a long time Gary was Pate in Dublin. But in fact, I thought Gary, but it's not Pate in Dublin. It's Gary Butt that used to drink at the Sherlock Holmes. How you doing, Gary? He's living back in Ipswich. I know you're not going to believe this, but he's living back in Ipswich.
Somebody has to.
What do you mean someone has to?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, whenever Sherlock Holmes opens again, Gary, why don't you just pop over for a weekend and come and visit us on a Saturday night at the Sherlock Holmes show? That would be a nice trip down memory lane for you. And I'd get a photograph and show it on the next online show that you look nothing like Pete from Dublin. Moving swiftly along, number 9. Mal de mer is the French term for which ailment in humans? Mal de mer is the French term for which ailment in humans? And your last question in round 4 tonight. It's Dingbat time! Yes, indeed, folks. Dingbat time. The answer, say what you see. It's a 2-word phrase. A 2-word phrase. Remember, this is worth 5 points. And it would be wonderful for you to get across and visit us, Gary. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, where are we? 5 points for this Dingbat. The last question in round 4. Number 1, Cruella de Vil is the villain of what multimedia story? Cruella de Vil is the villain of what multimedia story? Round 5, question number 2. Which country makes the most varieties of sausage? Which country makes the most different types or different flavors of sausage? No. Minyami wants to know, what is a multimedia story? It is a story that is told in different types of media, you idiot. Moving swiftly along, question number 3. Did I say that out loud? What disease comes from the Italian for bad air? I'd like to thank her indoors for sending in this little video of her when she had long blonde hair. Actually, she's never had long blonde hair. What disease comes from the Italian for bad air? Number 4. What word describes a blunt sword and a sheet of very thin metal? Which word describes a blunt sword and a sheet of very thin metal. Her indoors has been excusing my rudeness for years. Thank you very much, darling. That's why I stick by you. Stick by the winners. That's what I was told. Moving swiftly along to question number 5. Jan the man! In sport, in what sport might you hear the scoring call, "He put the biscuit in the basket"? In what sport might you hear the scoring call, "He put the biscuit in the basket"? Wasn't the Cadbury's finger. In what sport might you hear the scoring call, "He put the biscuit in the basket"? Minion me, any sport involving dogs, no comment. No, it's got nothing to do with Daisy the Poodle. Leave Daisy the Poodle out of the conversation. Question number 6. What is the only world capital city whose common English spelling starts with the letter Z? What is the only world capital city whose common English spelling starts with the letter Z? Thank you very much, Minion Jesse, but that city isn't a capital city. Harare. Zamsterdam is not the correct answer. Zaris is also not the correct answer. Moving swiftly along. Question number 7. How many wings does a butterfly have? How many wings does a butterfly have? Round 5, question number 8. In what country would one find the Bay of Pigs? In what country would one find the Bay of Pigs? Your next question in this round, question number 9. Other than human, what mammal is the only animal to have a recognizable chin bone? Other than the humans, what mammal is the only other animal to have a recognizable chin bone? And your last question in this round, how many stars are on the national flag of Libya? How many stars are on the national flag of Libya? Her indoors, good answer that time. Round 6, our last round in our quiz show tonight. Question number 1. What colour is the border of Time magazine? What colour is the border of Time magazine? Question number 2. What is the anatomical term for the foam at the top of a draft beer called? What is the anatomical term for the foam at the top of a draft beer called? Anatomic, the pubes. No, that is not the name. And her indoors said it's called the fluff. It's not called the fluff. Doesn't get much easier. Question number 3. Things on the strings. Okay, folks, this question for the bonus question time. It has to do with animals. It is a number answer. I'm going to ask the question, and then I will give you a clue to guide you to the sort of region where the answer should be. So if you're ready, get fingers on the keys, ready to go. Here is the question. The question is, how many liters of water can a camel drink in half an hour? And the answer is under 125 liters. Go, says her indoors. 20 seconds to type your answers in the chat. Remember, whoever gets the closest gets their name put on the spin the wheel, which we will do at the end of the show. How many liters of water can a camel drink in a half an hour? Space Dracula wrote 30. A stuffed camel toy could drink 30 liters in a half an hour. Jolie says 16. Pete says 69. Micah says 111. Any other answers coming in? The closest person so far is in fact Minion Micah. Minion Rachel has come in and said 115. The correct answer is 114 liters, approximately 114 liters. A camel can drink approximately 114 liters in a half an hour. The closest answer is Minion Rachel. Woohoo! Question number 3. Space Dracula's just said that the 30 liters is a lot of water.
In half an hour.
In a half an hour. I have to tell you, I agree with you. But it's a big camel. And 114 liters in a half an hour is a hell of a lot more water. Yes, then 30 liters isn't a lot of water. How many lines of symmetry does a square have? That is question number 3 in our last round. Her indoors. What did you write straw for? Oh, the camel uses a straw. It doesn't use a straw, it just uses its mouth. Are you stupid? Question number 4. Which part of a baby's body stays the same size from birth? Which part of a baby's body stays the same size from birth? Good question, her indoors. Get rid of your dirty thoughts. This is a family show. Minion Me has been timed out by Streamlads.
What did he say?
He said the penis, but he's wrong. Question number 5. Jan the Man asks. 2 points up for grabs, folks. Come on, Dublin Pete. If you're trying to hit a slither, what sport are you most likely playing? Come on, Jesse, behave yourself. If you're trying to hit a slither, what sport are you most likely playing? I'm going to accept, there's 2 answers that I have for this one, so 2 points up for grabs. Welsh sheep wrangling is not the correct answer. Number 6. First and second name required to get the point. Who painted the girl with a pearl earring? Who painted the girl with a pearl earring? Question number 7. Which toy car brand was invented first? Hot Wheels or Matchbox? If you're not sure, I would recommend getting out a coin, tossing it in the air and playing heads or tails. Which toy car brand was invented first? Hot Wheels or Matchbox? An important message from Christopher coming direct from County Armagh. I am feeling fearful. I need to watch Graham Norton at 11:35 tonight on BBC One, which is 12:35 here, by the way, Christopher. No, 11:35. Thank you. It's all about James Bond. I will. Thank you very much. Moving swiftly along to question number 8. In medicine, what is the name of the hollow, flexible tube inserted into the human body to withdraw or introduce fluids? Please keep your thoughts clean, folks, especially Electric Sheep Minion. It is a family show. What is the name of the hollow, flexible tube inserted into the human body to withdraw or introduce fluids? Question number 9. Mentioned in one of the Harry Potter titles, and because Liz the Legend isn't playing tonight, I thought I'd ask a Harry Potter question. Professor Dumbledore's semi-secret organization that battled against Voldemort's Death Eaters. What was the name of the semi-secret organization? Mentioned in one of the Harry Potter titles, what was the Professor Dumbledore's semi-secret organization that battled against he who should not be mentioned, Death Eaters? And say what you see. Question number 10. Batman. Bat. Yes, indeed, folks. Our last question of our quiz show tonight. Say what you see. This is worth 5 points if you guess it correct. Herman Doors, any ideas? Herman Doors, thoughts on this Stingbat question? No, we have not frozen. Rigor mortis, I think, has set in. That is your last question. Question number 10, round 6. Okay, back very shortly for the second half answers. Will you be a prize winner tonight, folks? All you got to do is type George into the chat if you have not done it already. Hang around to the end of the quiz. There is still a spot, I do believe, on the spin the wheel. Is that correct, Aaron Doors? Where you can win one of our mystery prize and join the mystery prize winners club, like this bunch of people that you see on the screen right now. Don't forget, all you need to do is type George into the chat. Aaron Doors, is there any chance of getting some sort of a cold beverage? I know you're not feeling great tonight. I know you're not in top form. But one single cup of coffee for me to talk constantly for 2 hours is not helpful. Just get me a can of cold drinks, please, before I have to get aggressive. Folks, thank you very much to anyone that has sent in a little donation to the virtual tip jar. I'm just going to pop the links back into the chat now. Thank you very much indeed. If you enjoyed tonight's show, a little donation gladly appreciated. If you didn't enjoy tonight's show, a little donation gladly appreciated. Thank you very much for that, folks, and thank you once again for your continued support throughout the whole 71 shows. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you have not, why don't you just go onto YouTube and subscribe? I'd like to increase my numbers a little bit. Have you any ideas for the next show? If you have, or if you'd like to send any photographs, just like Wasp35 did earlier on, or Ronnie did to surprise the Poodle Wranglers, just contact me directly via irishquestionmark@gmail.com. Okay, folks, here are your answers for the second half. 1 point for each correct answer, unless I tell you differently. And here we go. Number one, what South Korean electronics company means 3 stars? It is Samsung. Give yourself a point for that. Yes, indeed, lovely sheep minion. I agree. You really should have a fridge next to you. Yes, maybe I'll ask Father Christmas for a fridge so I can sit it next to me and help myself.
No need, I'm the slave.
Since when?
Since now. Let's open.
Thank you very much, Aaron Doors. Question number 2. What's the capital of Ecuador? The correct answer is Quito. Question number 3. Since it's bad luck to name it in a theatre, what play is called the Scottish play? It is called Macbeth. Give yourself a point if you guessed that one correct. Number 4. What potato chips or crisp brand use the slogan, once you pop, you just can't stop? It is, of course, Pringles. Give yourself a point if you guessed that correct. Number 5, Ayan the man. How many dice are used in the game Yahtzee? It is 5. Give yourself a point if you guessed that correct. Number 6, both Angelina Jolie and Alicia Vikander have played what video game character in movies? The correct answer is Lara Croft. From, of course, the Tomb Raider. And look at them. They both remind me of her indoors. Moving swiftly along to number 7. Who was the illustrator for most of Roald Dahl's stories for children? For 1 point, it was Quentin Blake. Number 8. What is the only element on the periodic table to end in US? It is phosphorus. Question number 9. Mal de mer is the French term for which ailment in humans? 1 point for sea sickness. Now, I was tempted to show you all a vomiting video, but I thought you got enough of it last week. And number 10, 5 points. Say what you see. It is the word struggle. It is going upward. The correct answer is an uphill struggle. Give yourself 5 points if you guessed that correct answer for the dingbat in round 4. Round 5, here are your questions and answers. Cruella de Vil is the villain of what multimedia story? In books, TV programs, animated movies, i.e. multimedia story. The correct answer is, of course, 101 Dalmatians. Question number 2. Which country makes the most varieties of sausage? The correct answer is Germany, for 1 point. Number 3. What disease comes from the Italian for bad air? The correct answer is malaria. Give yourself a point for that one. Number 4. Which word describes a blunt sword and a sheet of very thin metal? The correct answer is foil. Yes. Yes, that's right. A fencing sword is correct. Jan the man! In what sport might you hear the scoring call? He put the biscuit in the basket. What do you think this is, Herendors? In what sport might you hear the scoring call? He put the biscuit in the basket. Basketball is wrong. Ming and me guessed air hockey. That's wrong. It is in fact ice hockey. Because yeah, but you weren't sitting next to the commentator, were you, you lunatic? It's because the puck looks like a biscuit, a flat biscuit, an American flat biscuit, and the net around it is like a basket. Anyway, I don't want to explain it. I hate it when I got to explain it. Yeah, like the biscuits you bake. Question number 6. What is the only capital city whose common English spelling starts with a Z? Zublin is the correct answer if you were from Dublin and your name was Pate. But the real answer that we were looking for is Zagreb. Number 7. How many wings does a butterfly have? None of you pluck it off, but the correct answer we were looking for was 4. Number 8. In what country would you find the Bay of Pigs? The correct answer is Cuba. After a couple of pints of Guinness, Pete would tell anybody he's from Dublin. All right, fella, what about you? I'm Dublin. That wasn't even a Dublin accent. Can you do a Dublin accent, Herendors? Come on, do your Dublin accent. Come over close and let Pete hear your Dublin accent. Ready? Here we go. Right. Right? Get the freaking horse in the lift. What? Where the hell did you find that? Holy Moses, man. Other than a human, what mammal is the only animal to have a recognizable chin bone? The correct answer is elephants. Right. Get the horse in the freaking lift. And number 10. Yeah, I know the movie. I'm not going to tell you because it'll annoy you. How many stars are on the national flag of Libya? The correct answer is 1. Give yourself a point for that one. Okie dokie, folks. Round 6. Our questions and answers to this round. What colour is the border of Time magazine? Give yourself 1 point if you guessed red. Question number 2. What is the anatomical term for the foam at the top of a draft beer? Any ideas? Fluff. It's not called fluff. Anatomical is the clue. It is head. Yeah, baby. Give yourself a point if you guessed that correct. Everyone likes a bit of head. Moving swiftly along. Number 3. How many lines of symmetry does a square have? The correct answer is 4. horizontal line, a vertical line, and 2 diagonals, in case you were wondering. Number 4, which part of a baby's body stays the same size from birth? Unfortunately, one of the minions was a freak of nature and has the same size penis as born as a baby. I'm sorry. Some people have all the luck, eh? The correct answer is, in fact, eyes. That's right. You had the eyes of a cow as a baby as well as an adult. Number 5. If you're trying to hit a slither, what sport are you most likely playing? One of 2 sports: hurling or camogie. A real sport. Hurling or camogie. Number 6, who painted The Girl with the Pearl Earring? First and surname for the answer, it is Johannes Vermeer. Minion Me says, isn't that lacrosse? If you come round to my back garden and I get out my hurling stick, I'll show you what lacrosse is. Leather Sheep Minion says, it's lacrosse with the gloves off. You also come round to the back garden and I'll give you a little hurling O-cross. It's O-cross, not lacrosse. Winner on the spinner. Okay, where are our questions? Of course, they're right in front of me because I'm super organized. Here we go. Our last question. I have the feeling that at this stage of the evening you should waken up Nan. Waken up Nan and ask Nan to give you an idea, because I think she might be in the ballpark to guess the answer to our last bonus question. It is a number answer. I will ask the question and then I will give you a rough idea whereabouts you should be looking. Hurling sticks on the ticks. I like it. Write it down there, indoors. Just under poodle on the noodle. Here you go. The question is, how many movies did John Wayne appear in? And the answer is less than 200. How many movies did John Wayne appear in? And the answer is less than 200. Alrighty. Jody says 132. Mother said 125. Space Trackler said 169. I like the way you're thinking. Jody's dad said 159. Electric Sheep Minion said 187. Minion Maker guessed 180. 180! Who is the closest her indoors? The correct answer is, in fact, 175. So I do believe the closest is... Are you sure it's not Space Trackler? 6. Oh, Minion Maker gets it by 1. Minion Maker by 1. That was a lucky guess. 175 is the correct answer. So Minion Maker is the last name on our spin the wheel.
175 steps.
Yes, indeed.
So it's Jody's dad, because he said 159.
So let me get this right here indoors. You're saying it's Jody's dad that said 159 and the correct answer is 175.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Promise? She's leaving, folks. Come round, we're going to have a party. The correct answer is 175, which means Micah Minion gets it from ahead of Space Dracula by 1 point. Well done. Question number 7. Which toy car brand was invented first? Hot Wheels or Matchbox? The correct answer is Matchbox. Now you see what you started her indoors. Jodie's dad thinks it was him. He's going to take a freaking hit out on me. Number 8 in medicine. What is the name of the hollow, flexible tube inserted into the human body to withdraw or introduce fluids? The correct answer is a catheter. 1 point for that. And Rachel was that one. Okay. Number 9. One of the Harry Potter titles. The name of the Professor Dumbledore's semi-secret organization was the Order of the Phoenix. Just agree with him in case he takes a hit on us, her indoors. And number 10. Say what you see. 5 points up for grabs for this correct answer in the dingbat time. NE1410S. Anyone for tennis is the correct answer. 5 points for that one. Okay, folks, thank you very much indeed. The virtual tip jar is still open. Thank you for anyone that has sent a donation so far. Greatly appreciated. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Couple of things left to do now. One is to do the draw. So if you have not typed George into the chat, I would ask you to do so right now. We also have our names on the spin the wheel. And what will we do first tonight, her indoors? Will we do spin the wheel or will we do the draw?
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel first. Okay. Okie dokie. So spin the wheel. Let me see. Will I be able to get this right? Stay where you are, her indoors. Boom. Oh, it's working. Okay. Spin. Yes, yes, sorry. She worked so hard on this little jingle. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is spin the wheel time.
Spin, spin, spin.
Okay, folks. The names on the wheels tonight. Number 1, Dublin Pete. Number 2, Minion Me. Number 3, I have Jesus down, but I mean Jesse. Winner number 4 is Your Mom and Ours, Baronessa Burnham, Bob. Winner number 5 is Minion Rachel. And winner number 6, Minion Micah. Now, will Pete or Bob steal it from the Minions? I don't know because this is totally random. Her indoors, tell me when to spin the wheel.
Now.
It's on its way. Winner number 2 has won tonight. Who is winner number 2, her indoors? Congratulations, winner is on the spin the wheel, Minion Me. Minion Me, contact me via your email and I will send you a surprise gift. And if you're in the neighborhood or you'd like to pop round to the house on tomorrow or on Sunday, actually tomorrow morning or Sunday, I can keep some sort of florals for you also. Minion Me says, I will visit Micah tomorrow. So that means I've got to get on my bicycle and bring it round to them tomorrow morning. I will do that just because I care. Okay, fantastic. Now, time to do the draw. Good luck in the draw, everybody. Her indoors, are you ready? Ready? Thank you very much for that wonderful little entrance. Here is the draw. The correct winner is SRB 1055. Are you still with us? And where are you? Do you know where that is, her indoors? He is coming over. Who is it? No, it's not Pete from Dublin. It's Gary. But he's in Ipswich. Alrighty, might be in Ipswich. There we go. Okay, buddy, send me your home address and I will put a little surprise prize in the post to you. Fantastic. It's really strange when we joke and pick on people. They seem to be winners tonight. I don't know. Maybe these computers actually do listen to you. Okay, folks. Thank you very much indeed. It has been an absolute pleasure to do this show. Which show was this tonight, her indoors?
71.
Well done, 71. Thank you very much. I'm going off now to put my feet up and to watch Graham Norton because it's all about James Bond. And I can't wait to go to James Bond, actually. If any of you want to come along with me, I'm probably going to go to Scheveningen on my own because her indoors doesn't usually stay awake for the movie and she doesn't like James Bond. So if you fancy a day out, a James Bond day out with Irish question mark, just email me on irishquestionmark@gmail.com and we'll get a list together and get it sorted. Thank you very much, Christopher in Armagh, for joining us. Thank you, Darren in Armagh, if you're also there. Enjoy James Bond in Craigavon next week. My name is Irish question mark. I hope you enjoyed the show. Her name is Her Indoors. She's going straight to heaven, folks. There's only one thing I've got to say to you, and that is whatever you do tonight, look after each other. Thank you very much for a fun evening. Thank you for sharing some smiles. And even though he's not here, happy birthday, Frank. And do what Frank does. Stay the Frank at home.
The whole world's caught a virus. You're not in this alone. But you can help to cure it. Just stay the fuck at home.
We're all stuck here in quarantine. It's like the Twilight Zone. To save the world, you only have to stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Don't you be a fucking dick.
Just stay the fuck at home.
If you're locked down with your hubby or going in alone, sisters need to teach their men, stay the fuck at home.
Whether you've got 12 kids or you're living on your own, shut it down and isolate, stay the fuck at home.
Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Watch Netflix in your underwear.
Just stay the fuck at home.
But I need the gym and I need the beach. We hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home.
But I feel fine, I don't feel sick, I'll go out on my own. I think of you, you selfish prick, just stay the fuck at home.
Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Sit on the couch and do fuck all.
Just stay the fuck at home.
You're living in a dome. Spreads faster than a hooker's leg, so stay the fuck at home.
To the doctors and the truckies, those who put food on our plate, you keep the whole place running so we can isolate.
Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
You can be a hero too.
Stay the fuck at home.
The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home.
Sit on the couch and drink VV, get shit-faced on your own. We don't care what you're doing there, just stay the fuck at home.
contact family. Use Facebook, Skype or phone. Yeah, we've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home.
From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan through to Rome, there's people dying every day. Please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Don't you be a fucking dick.
Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Don't you be a fucking dick.
Stay the fuck at home.
Stay the fuck at home.
All right, folks, thank you very much indeed. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next Friday night. If you enjoyed the show, pass the word. We've only got a couple more Friday night online shows to go before I go back live to venues, and we'll organise one a month just to stay connected with everybody. Take care. Thank you very much, and